雪花飘飘，北风萧萧，天地一片苍茫。VIP my section, royalty looking sexy, you know that be my man.
Okay, so the first hand that you're seeing was my first practice hand, and then this one was the second one that I was drawing. But I recorded it super late, so right now just focus on what I'm saying and see what I'm drawing. So you have a rough idea. Right now, don't worry about anything though, we'll start together and I'll guide you step by step. Hi, I'm Reventive and I've been drawing illustrations for the past 5 years. So I know a thing or two about drawing hands. In the beginning though, I didn't really care about drawing hands and I would just draw deformed blobs. But then I realized that I've been missing out on a lot, and so have you, okay? So hands are an artist's biggest enemy, right? I mean, technically not, because we use our hands to draw. But I mean, some people use their feet to draw too, but that's not the point. The point is that let's draw hands properly, because they're hot. Anyways, I recently came across a Colleen's art tutorial where she said that you can draw the outline first and then the fingers. But guys, the thing is the fingers are actually super hard. So in order for you to actually be an art god at drawing hands, I'm going to give you some genuinely good tips, okay? Okay, listen to me super clearly. Pinterest is the holy grail, okay? Step 1 is to get a reference. Get the goddamn reference from Pinterest, not Google. I repeat, not Google, okay? Step 2 is to block out your shapes into triangles, lines, circles, rectangles. Just simplify the hand, okay? You just have to simplify. That's the main point. Step 3 is to make tiny circles on the proximal interphalangeal joints. You can search it up, but it's basically the point where your finger bends, okay? This is gonna like help you draw the actual finger later because it gives you a sense of direction on how you're supposed to draw it. Okay, so now we're coloring it in with a base color, as you can see. And I also hope you caught onto that because we're kind of going from darker to lighter. You know, it's very subtle, but it is there. What I'm doing over here is that there are some parts of the hand which have a shadow and some parts which are directly exposed to the light. A rule that I talked about in my previous video was the red, yellow, and blue color gradient rule. That's the same thing we're going to be doing over here, where there's going to be peachish reddish tones on the top of the fingertips, lighter tones on the middle, and then kind of darker like bluish tones on the bottom of the hand, like on the palm area. One of my really good art friends, she saw this and she said that she really liked how the skin colors looked so vibrant. I think that that is a personal aesthetic of yours to achieve, so I wouldn't say that you need to fret too much about that because you can still tweak the brightness levels, the contrast, and the saturation. Now here I'm using a higher difficulty level reference, but don't worry because after you're done with this video, trust that you will absolutely ace drawing hands and you'll make all your friends jealous of your special skills. Oh no, she committed art thievery, she traced and then she cheated. Guys, listen, just chill, okay? I'm literally making a video for beginner artists, okay? It's okay to use some guidelines like these so you can better understand with practice and time, because then you'll get a feel for it. Like an intrinsic ability, you're gonna somehow know how to match your drawing with a reference picture. Another method that you could use is to draw thick lines and use them as a baseline for drawing the fingers. Does it look a little odd? Yes. So you tweak it, okay? But I'm sorry I didn't pay much attention to this because I was in the middle of a lecture. But I don't think it turned out that noticeably bad. I totally wanted to color in the pearls, but I forgot to render them in, and as you can see I did also draw them. But what I will do is that I'll make a video about reflective surfaces and shiny surfaces, different metals, different textures, how you can draw them, if you guys would be interested in it. For initially coloring the fingers, I'm moving on from darker shades to lighter shades, but it's very subtle. So, do you guys remember how I said that I was in the middle of a lecture while I was drawing this? Yeah, so my friend wanted to try out her signature on here. What do you think? What would we rate it? Anyways guys, moving on, for the upper phalanges or the upper parts of the fingers, you'll see that I'm using a lighter color. Now I want you to carefully look at the reference picture and the art that I'm making. One thing that's similar is the shadow of the thumb. So you'll see that I made the thumb quite darker in color as compared to the rest of the fingers. I just blended in the palm very roughly right now, and we'll get to it later hopefully. Trust me when I say this, you guys, references are literally life-changing and they will make you learn stuff in such a better way. Now to add in some dimensionality, I'm adding a darker shadow to the sides of the fingers while carefully referencing the photograph. Now I know that at this stage the hand does not look good, but we have to trust the process, okay? Now this step, you guys, is a literal game changer. Also my favorite part is to add in the reddish tint to the fingertips and the points where your fingers bend and where they're attached to the hand, and then I just lower the opacity of that. I just wanted some color variability, so I added in these blue squiggly lines and then I just lowered the opacity. Maroon and purplish colors for outlining skin seem to work really well for me. I use them and then I just lower the opacity. Again, I'm adding in red to the fingertips. I might just have blush blindness. But doesn't it look so pretty, OMG? After this, I just used a light lemon yellow color while the blending layer was set to add overlay, and I lowered the opacity for this. Now I'm just adding in some pink nails and making their shape a bit more distinct by lining this with a darker, deep maroonish color. To make your drawings interesting, you can add in so many different elements. I could have drawn green smoke, but I didn't want to because I thought it would look boring and dull. So I just drew these orange blobs which are representing fire. I could have drawn pink bubbles, and that would also be a very interesting concept. Here I'm just adding in some shine to make it look more visually appealing, and I'm just tweaking the shape of the flame a little bit. And then I just decided to add in some tinier blobs because they look really pretty. That's it for this video. I hope I explained it in a way that you guys were able to understand what I was trying to convey, but if you didn't, then let me know and I'll make more hand references and explain again. It was really calming to draw this, and I hope this helped at least one person. Thanks for your time, and subscribe for more tutorials and fun videos. Here's a short summary or key points from this video. The first thing is to always use references. Next is that skin has variability, so make sure to add in different colors, blues, purples, maroons, and then lower the opacity for that. You can also make use of so many blending layers. next is placement of shadows so that your art can have some dimensionality and that, real life feel to it. And the next thing is just a personal tip of mine, which is to add in creative elements in your art. And the last tip and the most important tip is to break it down into smaller steps, into simpler shapes such as squares, circles, lines, Observing how your favorite artists draw hands and whatever it is that you want to improve, that can also tremendously help you out. That was it for my tutorial on hands. Bye!
Let's go.